Chair now recognizes Ms. Titus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Carr, you said that some states have programs in their school curriculum about the Holocaust, and that's required by the legislature. That is true for Nevada. In fact, I led that effort in the state legislature some 30 years ago. And in addition to the Jewish groups that supported it, most of the support came from the Nevada Endowment for the Humanities. And it's ironic to me that some people who claim now to be so concerned about anti-Semitism want to defund the Endowment for the Humanities. We need to realize perhaps that ties into the whole education issue of learning about culture and history and people who may not be just like us. And so I just want to put that on the record as we look at that kind of budgeting. But Rabbi Cooper, I wanted to ask you, you said that democracy, when democracy is strong, it's good for Jews. And when democracy is weak, it's bad for Jews. I serve on the House Democracy Partnership, which finds new kind of burgeoning democracies and tries to help to shore them up. Could you give us some suggestions for how we might incorporate this fight against anti-Semitism in our efforts to shore up democracies?
Well, the questions today, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Representative, have been unbelievable. I think each question can be a full session. But I think it was stated before by the people here that when you have anti-Semitism, that's an early warning system that democracy could be under assault. And it's specifically about, I mentioned before about Germany, when the first protest against COVID vaccines came, you had extremists in Germany rushing to the fore to make sure they were in that visual snapshot of the protests, even if it was illegitimate. Look, speaking on behalf of the Wiesenthal Center and our educational law and the Museum of Tolerance, we are deep investors in the concept of democracy. And for us, the concept of democracy is based on personal responsibility and critical thinking. Think about TikTok. It's the exact opposite. It has nothing to do, it's just a matter of playing on your feelings, not on facts. And I think what we have to do collectively, working with the younger generations, is we have to figure out a way how to reach the young people who are only on TikTok and begin to, you might say, begin to spoon feed some of those basics and say, if you go down this road, this is what happened. We've heard it many times before. It starts with the Jews and never ends with the Jews. Democracy is messy, but paraphrasing Churchill, it's the worst form of government except every other form of government. We need to begin to convince young people that they have a stake in democratic process. It's long, difficult, and messy, but all the other alternatives are dead ends.